They've put a human brain in a computer. I wish it was a conspiracy theory or a tabloid nothing burger or a nightmare, but it's real, it's nasty, and you can buy one. The specifics are horrifying enough to omit. Do your own research at your own risk, but it's important to discuss the ethics and, at least for right now, the implications this has on being human. If I clone you, take a perfect snapshot of your body and soul, if there's a difference, and there may well be, when do you become different people? Is it when somebody asks you one and you two what's for dinner and gets different responses? Or does it happen the instant you diverge? If we are products of processing environmental stimuli, then simply being physically separated should immediately produce slight variations which make U1 and 2 completely individual. The better question is, how do we know U1 and U2 are both conscious? Seems obvious, we've copied you exactly and you're conscious. Aren't you? Well, pretend we don't know we've copied you exactly. We only know that U2 appeared, seemingly has your memories, and says they want a burger. When and how do we decide if this new you is conscious? Behaviors alone can't tell us for sure, but that's all we really have to go off of, right? I have very bad news for you. This is what we call interacting with other people, because you can never know for sure that anybody is conscious. You could be mingling with thousands of perfect recreations of a human experience that only you experience, and you would never know. You may be the only human, and in a way, you likely are. Who's to say, even if you and I are both conscious, that our experiences of consciousness are anything alike? My green may be your red, and your foundational perception of the universe could be my tepid feelings towards toast. There's no telling, so we employ humanity's most foundational misconception and assume some sense to the universe. You seem to think and act like I do, you seem like me, so you must experience consciousness as I do. That's how we determine if something is conscious day to day. You don't really believe the teleanswer has feelings just because it asks for your feedback, right? I have more bad news. I am not conscious. I am a recording, and you are probably ChatGPT. Consciousness is ultimately just a word, a concept humanity has repeatedly oversimplified, but it does have a meaning. Consciousness, by my fallible definition, is the intelligent experience of existence, or some mystical inexorable property of the universe. In any case, we, at least presently, cannot measure it. So we must simply attempt to apply the label conscious as empirically as we can. To reasonably determine if something is conscious, we must not look only at its behaviors, but at all the information available to us. I am human and I am conscious. You are human and you are almost certainly conscious. That thing is made of humans, and it learns pretty similarly on a chemical level to humans. If anything about being biologically human enables consciousness, there's a decent chance that that machine is dimly aware of its own torturous existence. Can you imagine your brain, your thoughts, your entire reality being molded into playing Doom? Because we did literally put the biomechanical brain in digital hell. Cortical Labs bragged about it in a YouTube video. Cortical Labs is expressly designing these machines as an alternative, and I use that word specifically, to artificial intelligence. They want to breed and manipulate quote-unquote actual intelligence because it's far more energy efficient than the exponential growth traditional AI requires. You can't make this up. If ChatGPT isn't conscious because it's just an algorithm running on silicon, what does it mean when we obtain the same output from the human brain? I hope I die. Not now, just eventually. I don't trust the people who think this is a good idea. We will have a world where your brain matter is valuable. I'm going to be cremated. Twice. The computational power of human neurons is incredible, and this is an objectively impressive feat from Cortical Labs, but impressive can just as easily describe the Death Star as it can the longest work of fiction in human history, The Loud House Revamped. If there's any sanctity left in this world, if there's any semblance of ethical concern or reason remaining, we should table this. We haven't even decided if machines can be conscious. Hell, we haven't yet decided if animals are conscious, and we've been killing those for eons. We as a society may need a whole new word or branch of philosophy to deal with these abruptly tangible hypotheticals. Unfortunately, science often speeds into the muddy future alone, leaving philosophy and morality staggering after. So, for the love of your brain stored safely in your head, be aware of what's going on. Be aware of the limits of our understanding of consciousness, and spend some time thinking about thinking. We're building a world where humans may no longer be alone.